So I got the Kawasaki loaded up next to the walk behind. Let's go ahead and go home. Okay, so I'm back home. The S10 did excellently as usual. It was about a 3-hour drive to get both of these mowers there and back. This is the Snapper. That one's an Eagle Star. They stopped manufacturing those about 5 years ago, but it's a commercial grade walk behind. This one's just a residential Snapper. Let's unload them and I'll show you some more. Okay, they're both unloaded. I'm gonna start by working on this one. So you will see this guy in another video. Okay, so now we're taking a closer look at this walk behind mower. It looks pretty professional grade, heavy duty steel. So I'm gonna call it professional grade. It's made by Eagle Star, but it has a Kawasaki engine on it. It's supposed to be pretty reliable. I got it for 50 bucks, but anyway, it was just on Craigslist and I thought I could flip this for quite a large profit. So see if we can get this engine running. Anyway, let's take a look at the oil. So this oil is all the way up to here, which is supposed to be, you know, down here. And it smells a lot like gasoline. So I think we have a lot of gasoline in the oil. Let's go ahead and drain the crankcase. I just tried to lift this to drain the oil, and good lord is it heavy. I could barely lift it, so we're gonna have to use the jack stand instead. Okay, I've got a bucket underneath there. Let's see if we can drain this. Alright, so there's the oil that came out of it. It's 90% gas. Alright, I got the plug back in, and I drained the gas tank just because I'm sure if I just left it like that, it would just keep leaking past the seat into the engine. So right now I'm just going to fill up the oil and we'll see if it'll start up on starter fluid. This thing is so fancy it has an oil filter here. Okay, it took a little more than a quart of oil. Now let's go ahead and take off the air filter and see if it'll start. It's got some gunk in its carb there. See that little liquid there? So as you guys saw, it did not start on starting fluid, which means to me that I think the oil and gas in the carburetor is messing it up. So I'm just gonna yank off this carb real fast. Alright, now let's try a little directly into here. So what I'm gonna do, since I think the engine is still fairly flooded, is I'm going to take off the recoil and take out the spark plug and just spin the engine over a bunch of times with the drill to get all the stuff out of it. Alright, so it's the next day. As you guys know, this lawnmower had no spark, and I figured out why, and honestly it makes me seem pretty stupid, but underneath here, can you guys see this red wire? That needs to be grounded underneath the key, and it wasn't grounded. So I grounded the red wire there, right here. It connects right to the ignition. It needs to be grounded there. And now I have spark once again, as I shall show you now. There's Beetle. She's getting pretty big. Anyway, let me show you. I don't think you guys will be able to see this spark, but it's right in the spark plug there because it's so far away. Alright, so I don't have the carburetor hooked up because, as you know, it just floods itself. But I squirted some starter fluid in it, so now let's see if this thing will run. Yeah, there she goes. right, good, that engine runs. All right, so as you guys remember, this was, the fuel was leaking past the seat and into the crankcase. So let's get this carburetor off here. All right, guys, time to do some carburetor work. Needle looks to be in pretty good shape. Okay, so basically what I did was I cleaned the carburetor really well, and then I just messed with the seat and float a bunch, just like pushing it up and down to try to make it maybe a little softer. Seems to work because if I blow air through it like this, I can get air through, and then upside down, when the float's down, no air can come through. So I think it may have worked. I think it's seating correctly now. Let's hook it back up, see if I cleaned it well enough for it to run. Oh boy. Looks like it is snowing out. What do you think of the snow, Beetle? Beetle's never seen snow before. This will be her first winter. She's only 1 year old. Let's put it back together. All right, I filled it up with regular gasoline, good gasoline. See if it starts, stays running, and whatnot. It's running. A little bit smoky. Beetle is not amused by the smoke. Up. Throttle works. I'll come back to you in a minute. Up a little bit. Can you guys see all the stuff it spat out? Look at this. Oh yeah, this engine was flooded. All right, there it is. Smoke's all cleared up finally. Was very smoky while it was lasting, but there it is. Now I currently have an issue of I lose spark when I put it in gear like this. Already? I just lose spark when that happens. So I gotta figure out a way to bypass that safety, because I think the safety's broken. I figured out how to bypass the safety. It's right here. You just unplug, disconnect these two, and then there's no gear safety and there's no blade safety. So as you guys can see, we have good spark there. I'll engage the blade. Oh, something's wrong with the blades, but I'll engage the gear. Still have spark. So start her up, see what we can do. Got started her up. I unfortunately didn't realize that when I disconnected that, it also disconnected the regular start-stop, but I mean, I had to do it because it wasn't letting me do anything. I couldn't move, engage the blade, or nothing, because I think these are broken. So, all right, I'll show you how the movement works. Works pretty good. I got a little mud on one of the belts, so it's kind of not working, but otherwise it works good. Also, the deck is bent in, so the blades won't spin. Every time I try to turn the blades, it just stalls out. So I'll have to hammer the deck up. It's pretty cool that you can just steer it by using these triggers. If you release it, it spins the wheel. If you pull it in, it stops the wheel. Same with this side. It wasn't working that well because I got a bunch of mud on the blades from over there, or mud on the belt from over there. Anyway, let's see if we can hammer out this jack. Here's the issue, as you guys can see. Jack is bent in right there. So, gonna have to try to hammer that out, I guess. Okay, so I don't really have the tools to bend that out, and it's very strong metal, but I do know how to cut through metal. So I'm just gonna cut a little bit off instead of trying to bend it. All right, so there it is. Cut this little bit out. Now the blade goes by freely. So should be good to go. All right, let's go mow some grass. All right, let's see how it does. Alright guys, it works pretty good. Thanks for watching this video. This mower had quite a bit wrong with it, but we got her going, so it's all worth it. These things sell for a lot more than the regular mowers, and these are kind of commercial grade walk behinds. So thanks for watching this one, guys. See you next week.